Nayaswami Padma, and I'm here today to present you with some of the original teachings of Paramhansa Yogananda. Let me turn up my volume just a little bit. Thank you for your patience. And today I would like to read to you this little quotation from Yogananda. No matter what happens, look at life with non-attachment. Consider the example of people who go to the movies. The more suspenseful the plot, the more likely they are to come away saying, "What a great movie." If the plot was a tragedy, they may reflect, "I am grateful. I learned so much from that story." If the hero got caught in embarrassing situations, they may laugh appreciatively at his discomfiture. And yet, later on, when they find themselves in an embarrassing situation, are they able to laugh at the humor of it? And when tragedy strikes, are they grateful for the lessons they learned from it? Not most of them, certainly. Their philosophy of life can be understood by the popular expression, "Better him than me." Be detached inwardly from whatever happens in your life. Thus, you may gradually free yourself rather, from identification with this dream world and become conscious of your own oneness with the dreamer. What a great little piece. I said that the other day as well, not so little piece of teaching from Yogananda. It's not unique to Yogananda. Many, in fact, all of the world's true faith traditions talk in one way or another. They may use different words about non-attachment, about the ability to become the observer in life rather than get so caught up in the movie. I confess I'm still one of those people. It doesn't matter how many times I've seen a movie, I will get caught up in the plot. I will find myself tearing up or holding back tears or getting tense or whatever the case may be because I get so absorbed in the plot. Thankfully, less and less, but still, it's a good example of how we want to approach life with non-attachment. Yogananda gave one of his key meditation techniques is the technique of Hong Sa. And in that technique, we watch the breath. There's a little more to it than that. I'm not intending to teach Hong Sa here. But my point is, part of that technique is not to control the breath, but to become the observer of the breath, to not try to control it going up and down, but just to watch it. And in that way, not only does it help us to become more and more still, and silence is the voice of God, but we also practice becoming the observer. And we can take that from our meditation practice into our daily life and get a little bit more of a bird's eye view I don't know about many of you who are my age in the I like to tell my friends I'm in the last quarter of the game in that stage of life. But one of the things that happens, and it happens especially vividly when I watch my grandchildren in action, is we become more of the observer. We get more of that bird's eye view. We see life, in fact, when we're pulled back a little bit, we begin to see life in its broadest perspective. And ultimately, in cosmic consciousness, that is the broadest perspective of all. So, by becoming the observer, we are practicing, just like Hong Sa helps us to practice being the observer. In doing so, we are practicing living more and more in the broadest, greatest reality that our being can extend to at that point in time. And ultimately, in spirit, we expand way beyond that. One time, a devotee of Yogananda asked him, "Where does it all end?" And Yogananda said, "It ends in endlessness." And that is what we're practicing when we practice non attachment and being the observer in daily life. Joy to you, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye bye now.